I want to talk about the use of our 3-to-1 height adjustment system. It consists of a lower pulley, an upper pulley, and a cam cleat that holds the rope in place. In order to use this, no matter whether it's on a single point attachment or on a rail, all the uses are the same. So in order to elevate or lift the patient or take up slack, is simply pull straight down on the rope and it will stay engaged in the cam cleat and provide a secure hold once you let go of the rope. In order to adjust or lower the patient or adjust or make the amount of support less, you want to disengage from the cam cleat. Typically this height adjustment system may be even higher than this. So in order to do that, you take up some slack out of the rope here to give yourself some slack. In this case, this is a balance harness and has a pocket on the back where the rope is being stored. But I'm going to take some of that rope out of the pocket, give myself some slack, and just flick a loop up into that cam cleat. Turn that around a little bit so you can see it better. And then pull it down, we'll lock it back in place. In order to release it again, just flick up, then lower it and hold it out at an angle like this so it doesn't go back in. And as soon as you got it in the spot you want, just pull straight down on the rope. I find it very helpful always to keep one hand on the spreader bar when doing any adjustment, or especially lowering of the height adjustment system, just to make sure it doesn't hit the patient in the head. There is some friction in the system, so it's not just going to drop and fall on the head. So again, just pull straight down to raise. In order to lower, flick a loop up so that the rope disengages from the cam cleat, then feed rope into the system. For example, the patient is sitting down, and then once they're sitting in place, lock it in place again to hold it in that new position. If they're gonna go ahead and stand up now, I'm gonna reach up as high as I can above this, up on the system here in rope, and then pull all the way down to help them up to that standing position. Once they're in the position I want, have the amount of tension I want in the system, then you're just going to place any remaining rope, in this case if it's with our balance harness, into this pocket back here. In addition to the 3-to-1 mechanical advantage height adjustment system, we do have another very simple mechanism for doing spotting with patients when they don't require body weight support. That's simply using what we call this single line drop. This can be used with our balance harness, again, because you're not going to be doing body weight support, just spotting the patient. We've got a single point attachment here in the back of the harness here, so it's just going to be right between the shoulder blade area where this attachment. When you attach this single line drop, you just want to make sure that the carabiner is facing away from the back of the patient, just the way you hook that in, and then you'll have what's called a ropeman here that sits and anchors onto the rope. And in order to get this to move and make adjustments to tighten or loosen it based on the patient's height, simply if you pull on this orange tab, you can then raise or lower the system, or use your thumb on the tab and then raise or lower. As soon as you let go, this is spring loaded, it'll grab onto the rope. So as long as that's let go, you cannot go down the rope. You can always pull up on the rope like this though, even without pulling on that tab. It's only won't allow movement down the rope. So, but if I want to come down the rope, I'm going to go ahead and pull on the tab and then be able to adjust that down the rope to adjust the length.